Good morning and welcome to Day 70 of Geriatric 1944's Coronavirus Diaries. And I think let's talk only about music today because the whole coronavirus thing has got so boring. But also at the moment there's this explosion, Black Lives Matter. And it is infuriating me. I touched on it yesterday, but it really is driving me mad because surely all lives matter. It doesn't matter what skin colour you are. Police tend to be out of control these days. Not all, but certainly a hefty chunk of police. It wouldn't have mattered if the man whose neck was being knelt on by that ghastly cop for 9 minutes until he couldn't breathe and died had been white, or yellow, or brown. He didn't have to be black. It wasn't that Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. And I particularly mention that because way back in the 60s, when I wrote the song I'm about to play you today, being gay was like being black. Basically, there was absolutely rabid homophobia in the police, and amongst many other people, by the way. Being gay was decided basically to be disgusting, a crime. The wonderful film Victim, starring Dirk Bogarde, who was a very brave man because he was gay, and he played a gay barrister in that film, which I always thought was just unbelievably brave of him. But in those days, if you were gay, you were blackmailed. You quite often committed suicide. If you got found out, you got sent to prison just for having sex with somebody of the same gender. And the ludicrous situation was the law went on and on and on until the late 1990s. In fact, 2 days after my arrest in 2000, the ages of consent for the two different genders were equalised. Up until then, you could have sex with a girl if you were a man, if she was 16 and consented, but you could not have sex with another man if you were a man until he was 18 and consented. Now that was ludicrous. I deliberately broke that law many, many times. I never had sex with any man under the age of 16, just as I never had sex with any girl under the age of 16, which I have to say is more than I can say with a lot of my contemporaries in the 60s, who were delighted to find young groupies well below the age of consent and have passionate sex with them, usually, by the way, at the request of the groupies themselves, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, being gay was an absolute serious crime, and then back in the 60s I wrote this song, and funnily enough it's not cropped up on many things since. I think it was on my Pandora's Box album, and it certainly inspired a lot of people. It was way before people like David Bowie and Elton John and so on decided they could admit to being gay or bisexual. It was way before the glam era in the 70s where people wore eye makeup, mascara, and that was men, and other such things. It was pretty revolutionary. I was a punk long before it was fashionable to be punk. And this was very much a tongue-in-cheek song. I could only find my original mastered multi-track hidden away on one of my old computers. I couldn't find the master of this. So you will find the vocal a little bit low in the mix because I've not been able to mix it properly, only on my computer. But have a listen, look at the lyrics and see what you think of Jonathan King in the 1960s saying that if you want to get a girl and you're a heterosexual male, the best way to do it is to pretend to be gay. See you tomorrow.